Vince, where's your glass?
You still don't have a glass. You're drinking a beer, but you have no glass.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking amateur hour.
This is fucking amateur
Now
hour.
you're pulling
Sit down.
this. What are you doing?
Sit down. He's
You're
got
not
your
drunk
glass.
enough to be making all these mistakes.
Jesus
This is probably
Christ.
There's a decent chance that that's your glass.
That's all right. We still love you, Vince.
Fucking. This is why you're the tripod.
We just need you to
I'll
stand.
just be the voice of reason.
No, that's the voice of reason.
Yeah, the doctor's here for that.
This is the tripod.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike,
And I'm Jeff.
and we are Bottles and Cans, the show where we drink beer.
And tell you what we think.
He did it right on time this time. It was great. Well done, sir. So we come back to you with our good buddy, Vince. Tripod Vince.
I'm Tripod Vince.
Yeah, he was a lesser known but often spoken about person on our Great American Beer Fest ridiculous adventure. He was our man on behind the camera the entire time. So we thank him for that, and as part of that, we're gonna get him slightly buzzed today.
Also, he brought us beer, so...
Right. He brought beer to start the show. So what is this beer?
Yeah, what did you bring us here, Vince? What is this?
It's new to Nebraska. It's Crazy Mountain Brewing Company out of Edwards, Colorado. This is a Boohai Red Ale. Boohai sounds more like an enunciation of a word than anything else. But, Red Ale, aroma of blackberries, Sauv Blanc grapes, yada yada. I had a couple of them last night, so I'm going to tell you they're good, but I wanted you guys to try them on air.
They bring their hops from New Zealand, where locals use the term Boohai to describe being thoroughly lost in a remote or non-existent place far from civilization.
Well, if it does its job, that just might
That's
happen
the
this
plan.
evening.
Here goes.
Yeah.
The can says get crazy, so we're about to get crazy.
Crazy. So just like last time, where we had our buddy Tripod Vince in the background, we have the doctor in the background of this video. So he's back there just to point it out. If you hear some rumbling in the background or see Jeff pouring off camera, that's why. So
And to keep you guys honest.
Right, and to keep us honest, he's making sure that we're being safe in all ways. This is what would we call this color?
It's an amber. I mean, it's a red ale. Not perfectly clear by any means.
Yeah, the hop
Crazy.
characteristics in this one are pretty potent.
Or is that almost tastes like
Malt?
buttery.
Taste?
Or
Smells.
smell,
It's fruity.
sorry.
It's fruity.
Fruity.
Kinda tart almost.
I get butter. I smell butter.
That could be... Didn't it say something about grapes?
Yeah. Sauv Blanc, so kind of dry a little bit.
There's your butter, dude.
Excuse me.
Sauv Blanc, and there are some like Chardonnays that get some buttery tastes.
I get it. Yeah.
That is a weird flavor.
It's their take on a red ale. It ain't bad.
This is different.
This is really different.
It
This
smells...
is challenging to me,
this
I'll
is-
say.
Yeah.
Wow. This is
It's a complex kind of red ale.
This is
You
some
know,
complex
It's no fat tire.
thoughts, man.
by any means.
I need to take a minute and think.
Yeah, I'm really wondering to myself if this might
Because
be
it
bad.
smells almost hoppy and yeah, but I got the buttery smell. Hoppy to sweet, florally, and
It's like butterscotch.
I don't know. Man, this was
That's
just
what I keep
bizarre. And then
Yeah, weird hops.
a little almost tart and to bitter.
It is definitely not a traditional red.
And I definitely get the butter.
This defies
fruit.
explanation, really.
I mean, the for what it is, it's all right, but
I taste some blueberry, a little bit of
it's more
something kind of
fruity than beery.
So what does a 6-pack of this run?
I have no idea. how much you saw it in stores? You
I
remember?
didn't see the price. No, I said I
Maybe
just saw a
$7,
bunch of them.
I don't know, $8 or $9. Cans typically. It's all cans. That's all they do.
Where is Edwards in relation to Denver? Do you know? Sometimes we go ahead and research everything we're gonna do, and then there are days like this where we just show up and start drinking. Edwards, I guess it's not even that interesting to know. I'm just wondering if it's like just a suburb. You know how like Left Hand and
Like
a lot of those,
Longmont
like Longmont and yeah.
There's
Basically-
a lot of things that are really close to the metro. in
Right.
Colorado.
Basically just a bunch of suburb areas. I'm wondering if this is further out, like a Durango, like our
Like a
buddies out at
Ska?
Ska, yeah.
We couldn't
Because
get
that's
to.
a long fucking way from Denver.
It's by Vale.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so it's just west
the
of-
Vale Valley or whatnot.
Yeah.
Holy balls! It's up in the mountains.
It says it on the can too. Something about Vale.
Yeah, it's right next to Vale, and it's up in the mountains, west of Denver.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Someplace we were not going to get to.
Maybe
Need
we
to
could
go
next
from the
time,
mountains.
but I don't want to forego New Belgium Odell Left Hand.
Yeah, those
That's
We've
just
places.
already
it.
been,
That's just it.
though.
I've been. I know.
I don't care.
it's
We
it's
need to
still.
go to the other ones.
Avery was great.
Oh, Avery was good. I want to see their new digs. They
Yeah.
should be in there by now. When we went to Avery, we talked to one of their
Head
one of their
brewers.
big brewers. Yeah, one of their head brewers. He was talking all about the new location. They were pretty much out of a bunch of garages up until they made this
It
move.
was-
So
They had tore those garages the fuck apart too.
a whole bunch of pipes and
Dude,
shit
yeah,
running
I mean,
between
they're like-
them, and yeah.
You know, cut out huge holes and walls and like ran piping between garages, and I'm sure the owners were not
Yeah, I'd be
happy.
a mad owner on that.
Oh well,
Yeah, whatever.
Avery's awesome.
Yeah, they are good.
You know where we didn't go that maybe we could hit next time? That was Oscar.
Yeah, we didn't ever go
You
to
didn't
Oscar
go to
Blues.
Wow,
We
we didn't
didn't
get a
have
chance
time.
to.
Man. Okay.
Remember, because it was that last day.
There was too many
You were
breweries,
there.
too many, and not enough days.
I feel like I would have encouraged Oscar Blues a little more.
Yeah, but we went to New Belgium and Odell that last day.
That's true.
And that was a good
Oh,
1-2
Lord.
punch.
Yeah, it was. That was a long day of drunk.
And then this dude had to drive
Yeah.
back. Holy shit.
Hush.
It's all right. I was enjoying. You were
Guilty, I guess.
you were worried about
Mike and I took a
driving.
day off
Where do I
before we.
sign?
we had to get down the road to the hotel. That was all we had to
We
do.
took a day off before we drove back to this state.
Should we say just because we don't want anybody taking it the wrong way, bottles and cans does not condone drunken driving. On the other hand, if you're an adult, sometimes situations happen. So I don't know.
And if you're going to drink and drive really fast.
Yeah.
I support that, and I don't give a shit.
Here's
You
where we
can't
get
sue me for that.
sued.
I have
I
no
know,
money
how
anyway.
about
Fuck off.
We've
You hear?
decided after the fact that
You
Vince was
exist.
just fine to drive, so let's move on.
We
And-
gave him one of those BAC testers, and he blew, and it was below .084, so he was fine.
That's right.
084.
So if we
Argue with me about it.
So if we
I
go on to
dare you.
Untapped, if we were to do Untapped, our 1 to 5 in half increments ratings through the app Untapped, who we should be funded by, but we are not. We just use their app and we like it. What would you call this? Where would you put this? 1 to 5.
They make other ales that are better than this.
Where would you put this one?
I know. I'm just gonna say, preface that with about a 2.5.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you brought a 2.5 to the party?
It's
all
no
right.
4 or 5.
It's different. You can't knock it. It
No,
is
I
different.
agree.
It's something we have not had. We've had a lot of the same kind of stuff before.
It's okay. It's just too
Yeah.
pretty. It's like Leinenkugel, Sunset Weed or something.
They did some weird things here, man. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's somebody's bag, but it ain't my bag, baby.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll
gonna
give
probably
that a-
finish this.
I'll give that a 2.5 as
finish
well.
it.
I'll finish it.
I'm
Like I told you earlier, I'm gonna abuse this alcohol.
I'm about at a 1.5 here. I hate to say, I'm a lower on the totem pole kind of guy on this one. I think it's butter, and I think it might be something wrong with it. I am actually kind of wondering because I know that that's diacetyl has like major butterscotch kind of tones to it. I'm wondering if maybe this is just a bad batch, personally. But I catch the fruit notes, and I think that it's very interesting. And if I picked up another 6-pack sometime and tried this and it was the same, I would be shocked that that's what they planned on. But that's just me.
You'd be surprised at what people want to put
That's true.
What they want their beer to taste like.
That is true.
You know, when you start using things like Sauvignon Blanc and grapes and pine and
Adding a lot of weird
Belgian
stuff to the party.
malts,
It's an attempt to stand out.
dude, you're gonna get some off tastes.
Mhm.
You're gonna get some weird, the Sauvignon Blanc. Honestly, so a lot of French whites have a buttery flavor, and so that's where I'm thinking you could probably get that from.
That
Or
might be the
maybe
fact.
eliminate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way.
Interesting. All right. Well, we got lots to ponder. Let's do that over a break. We'll come back with some different stuff.
The 1759 limited edition amber ale, or I also saw Imperial Red in their listings. It was a little harder to get a hold of than most, and it ran about $31 a bottle.
And was well advertised in Zymergy.
Yeah,
and
took
several
up a
other
whole
places.
back page of the Zymergy magazine. Comes in a velvet-lined box
Wow, that is a cool bottle too.
and is a relatively cool bottle.
It's like a matte black finish.
From what I gathered, the master brewers selected really specialty grains. A lot of specialty grains that went into something like old recipe malt grains and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 3 bottles. I gave one to an uncle of mine who is a huge fan of Guinness, and I drank one with my brothers and dad. Then I saved this last one for us. So
I'm all right with that.
it is definitely an interesting beer. There's definitely some good carbonation to it.
Mm.
And it was housed very well.
Housed?
Yeah. In my
I'm about
house.
to house it very well.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Ooh, so not the normal Guinness pour.
Nope.
This is definitely just a different beer. It's not a Guinness in any way.
No, it's made by Guinness.
Right.
That's about as far as you're going to get with that.
Go with it.
It is an Imperial Red or Imperial Amber.
That's a dark color.
It is. That's what I said. It was really malty looking. It looked, pretty dense, but when you look at it in the light, you can definitely see the amber.
Ooh, toasty.
You definitely get the roasty toasties.
Hopefully it autofocuses.
It smells pretty Euro. I mean, it's got that Euro red smell.
Yeah.
It reminds me kind of the what was it?
Malty-
Two Dog. There was a Two Dog. No, not Two Dog.
Brewdog?
Brewdog that we had. That this kind of reminds
they
me
had an
of.
Imperial Red or something weird like that. Yeah, this reminds me of an Oktoberfest beer. The smell.
That makes sense.
Yeah, very
kinda
Euro,
get down
a
with
little
that,
bit
yeah.
darker.
Really malty in the taste.
Oh yeah. It's smoky, but not roasty. It's smoky. It's like kind of a.
I think from what I was reading that Zymergy, they were using one of the grains they used was a similar grain to what they use in Irish whiskeys.
Was it smoked at all, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what this reminds me of.
I can see that.
Smells and tastes smoked. But
So that
cannot confirm.
same grain they use in scotches for when they smoke it over the peat moss.
Yeah. I guess I thought that was still just barley, but what do I know? I'm sure there are different recipes and stuff too, different starches to put in it. This is
kind of
interesting.
sweet. You can get kind of the red taste out of it, or amber red taste, but
kind of the hints of the peppery sort of reddish notes.
And
Tastes like bark.
I want to say it's
It does
9.
kind of taste like bark, doesn't it?
Yeah, 9% alcohol
sarsaparilla.
by volume.
9%? Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
So, the 1759 limited edition amber ale, 9%,
Good bark, though.
9%
Some heavy
ABV.
Bark, bruh.
Yeah.
Mad bark, brah.
Mad bark,
Mad
bruh.
bark.
Now the big question is it worth $31 a bottle?
The first time, it is.
Yeah, I could say the first time. Especially
Well
if you're
worth a
sharing
try.
with 4
Yeah,
people
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
It's something that was, now if they start to come out with this every year, I'm going to be kind of pissed I paid $31 for it the first year.
That's a good point. Yeah, if this was a yearly thing, you'd be like maybe 20.
But if they never ever come out with this again, then yeah, I could totally see, hey,
like
man.
every 5 years or something. Every 10 years.
Okay.
So
Very limited release. Special.
with that in mind, how would y'all feel about a vertical tasting and have a bottle of this every year? Would you buy 2?
Yeah, I would buy 2. I would buy 2 every year. But then again, I also
Cellar one of
I
them.
also bought 3 this year.
You bought 3?
Yeah.
Holy
I just
cow.
said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vince is barely here.
Kind of.
He's been drinking beers along with us, so we're getting there. We're getting
on,
nice
the
and
6th
happy.
episode of the night. I'm just kidding. It's not true.
They know that's not true by my shirt.
I did I do that? No, I didn't. I didn't sell her any beers from the old Rasputin.
Yeah.
But meh.
Right.
You
When
know,
it comes down to it, you can sell her a lot of beers, and then you just have beers all over the place.
This
that
seems
you're
like
not
it'd be a
gonna
good
drink.
one to do that.
I feel like it would be too. Yeah. It's only 9%. Isn't it usually higher alcohol that you sell her for beer, or does that?
yeah,
not
I think you
matter?
have to. I think it has to be a
I'm
higher
pretty sure it
alcohol
has
to
be,
sell her.
Otherwise, it gets unfresh or whatever.
Okay.
That not so
Oh.
fresh feeling in the bottle.
Sure. I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say for this, like, I'm sort of the mind of like, this is interesting. I'm not sure why it's worth $30-some, but it's interesting. It's something that probably not that many people try.
It's something that you need to try. It's like the Sam Adams Utopia. Is that right?
Yeah,
That stuff is out of
that
control.
was ridiculous.
Okay, well, there's a little spiel in the back, Mike. You want to give that a read? You have a
can do
great reading voice.
I try. Actually, we found the black camera tonight. For those for people who don't know, I want to explain this. This black camera has been missing since we went to Great American Beer Fest, and on it I've got pictures of like Vince with Jim Cook when he was pouring Utopia in the booth. Yeah, I'm glad that we have that back.
Memories.
In fact, I probably just flashed that picture up when I said that, because now that I have it back, I can give it away.
I'm sure you're gonna edit it and do great things.
Holy crap, this is small type. Before mastering the stout and porter, for which St. James Gate Brewery became famous, Arthur Guinness was renowned for his amber ales. Inspired by this, we proudly introduce Guinness the 1759, a traditional amber ale brewed using both peated whiskey malt, so there's the roasted, and premium beer malt. Brewed to 9% alcohol, Guinness, the 1759, is bursting with deep character, with notes of caramel and butterscotch, Interestingly, I did not catch the butterscotch this time around.
Thinks he knows everything.
Maybe it's because my butterscotch receptors were blown away by the last one.
Always an
Possibly
excuse.
combined with a fruity sweetness, making it ideal for sipping. This is really hard to read, so I'm going to stop there, but I think that gets the gist across.
Yeah, no, and like we said earlier, I mean, you know, that's where you get the smokiness and the kind of peated whiskey.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
totally get
heated
that.
whiskey malt is, but I'm gonna find out.
Yes, you are.
So they take the regular whiskey malt,
Foreshadowing.
and then they burn it in the bottom of the tower. They burn.
peat?
Sorry. So they put the grain in all of these floors, right, where they have like slats of wood, so it's basically like smoke can rise. And then they take peat from the bog,
Yeah.
which is like nasty, sort of spongy material,
Yeah, I dig it.
and then they
Yeah.
smoke it, and then it smokes and rises through all of the barley. I know that because I watched How It's Made, which is the best show ever made for television. I'll call it right now.
That doesn't sound very sustainable, so I'm not for it.
It's not. They go through so much peat.
Is that true? I thought it just
peat-
collapsed.
Oh no, peat and
Peat
sphagnum
does.
moss is.
But the problem with peat is they use
it's
it.
like diamonds almost. Like it's not.
So it has to-
You can't like.
It creates
recreate
itself
it.
over like hundreds and thousands of years.
Fair enough.
So sustainable peat is not a thing. So and they use it so much in
Damn you, sustainable
Scotland.
Pete.
in
Sustainable
Scotland
peat.
that
Oh god.
that they
Where are we going with this?
though they use the peat so much in Scotland, they use it to like heat their homes as well.
Like cow pies. They need bison.
Yeah, buffalo chips.
Yeah.
I don't think that it would taste as good if it was smoked
you're
over
right.
bison shit.
All right. So if we were to push forward on this, because we're getting a little long, what do we say on ratings for Untapped? Yeah, where do you
start
start
with
with
the
this?
new guy.
We'll start with Vince.
I can't even. judge
Thinking.
on yours.
I would say I fall 4.5. It's a higher alcohol. It tastes good. It's solid. It's a little bit weird, but like I expected that and wanted that out of this, so I'd call it a 4.5.
I checked it in as a 4.5.
That's 9 out of 10, you guys. That's
I think
the
that's-
bar high, and I think
is a high
that you're
bar.
about you're right on because this is tasty. It's balanced. It's well worth a try at $31 a bottle.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say is if you
Get
can
friends
find
together.
it,
Everybody toss in $5.
well, that and if you can find it, if you can find it, buy it and share it. You know, this isn't something you're gonna want to hoard to yourself. You know, because then you're gonna talk to people about it, and you're gonna be an asshole who didn't share it.
Who
It
wants to
is
drink an
actually-
entire bottle of this? This would be kind of strong after a while. I think.
I could put down a bottle of it,
I
but
bet you would.
It's for the connoisseur. It's like you're drinking dinosaurs. I'm just saying.
Kind of literally, but not.
An
Well, like
organism,
Pete, I'm thinking over
nonetheless.
whatever.
oh, you're a funny guy.
All right, let's do one more
Okay.
after a quick break.
I thought it was appropriate to wait for the doctor to come back while we drink the newest version of the barrel-aged Old Rasputin. This is the XVII. I believe last time we had the XVI.
So, just a little throwback. I think it was like episode 3 or episode 4. We had an episode called The Heavies. We had that episode, it was back when we were still doing audio only. And we had that at Jeff's parents' house. The doctor showed up and we got inebriated with a bunch of really heavy beers. Fun times. I can't wait to try
In
this.
fact, I think
new
there
one.
was a what was it? There was a Yeti in there.
There, Yeti
And I
was in
remember
there.
you guys saying that most things after that tasted like wet Yeti.
It's about right. That was one of those days where it's not
Great
hard to wreck
Divide
your
ruined
palate.
you.
They must have, because everything they drank after that said, "Oh, it tastes like Yeti."
It was a heavy day. There was a lot of alcohol, and they were heavy beers.
I
so
think
they
that
were,
means that Yeti defined your stout experience.
Or
I've had
ruined our
several
palates.
in the time since. I've had several Yetis, and they've all been quite good. I thought,
Yeti's tasty.
well done.
Absolutely, it is.
The oak age, the espresso, the whatever else. They have a bunch of others.
On the topic, have you heard, had,
The hell?
short.
Sorry, doctor. You
Oh,
get
my
the,
bad.
the sipper.
I didn't see the dip. There's a dip in the bottle.
I'll survive.
That's how they get you.
So,
Anyway, yeah.
North Coast Brewing, man. First off, I just want to say, I love the old Rasputin beers. I will grab a 4-pack of that and keep it in the fridge on the reg.
Do you drink any of their other beers though?
I've had
They have,
the.
like Red Seal
Red
and
Seal's
Acme.
good.
I haven't had the Red Seal.
Can't remember a lot of them.
I've had the.
Nebraska.
What is it? Not Narwhal, but there's
That's
another
right.
one.
Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
Scrimshaw
I've had the
good.
Scrimshaw. I really like the Scrimshaw.
It's what we have here in Nebraska for North Coast.
You know, and this, man, this is right up in your face.
It's heavy smells. It smells good though.
Old Rasputin is one bad mother. Shut your
Dude, you ain't lying.
Did you say it's
We're just talking about old
12.1%?
Rasputin.
Yes.
Yeah. I've already forgotten. It must be that good.
12.1% ABV.
It's a heavy beer.
And I want
Hell
to say
yeah.
we had one at
There's your
Krug
caramel.
Park in Omaha that was a cask ale XVI that was like cask aged in bourbon. And like I want to say it came out to like the way they did it came out to like 18%. They would only pour you a 6-ounce pour.
Yeah, like the 4.5 or 6, the small.
And it was
glass,
like,
yeah.
and that's all they gave you. And I want to say it was like $11
Yeah, I was
or
gonna say $12
$13
or, yeah.
a pour. And I don't blame them. I mean, they had one small cask, and I don't mean like I'm not talking about like with the beer engine cask. I'm talking about the firkin.
Yeah.
So like the wooden like punch it in and turn it firkin
Yeah, hell yeah.
cask.
The
They
real
had
shit.
one, and it was aged even longer, and it was over the summer. I want to say about the same time that we got the KBS,
Yeah.
and I think we posted it.
Kentucky Breakfast Stout.
I think we posted both of those.
No, we had a video for Odell had a blueberry jalapeno that day.
That was
Yeah,
gross.
it was not good. It was not a very good beer.
Okay.
Either way,
Sounds like I missed that one.
that beer was something else, though.
That was a crazy beer. But we tried the Kentucky Breakfast Stout, and that was amazing. The God, what brewery
first
is that
time.
from?
That's Founders.
Is it Founders?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one of those like top 100 beers that everybody it seems to get on every list of like
God,
the stuff that you should
way
try.
popular when it comes out.
Yeah.
It's gone as fast as it comes out. At least in Nebraska.
So Old Rasputin, when I come to this, I'm like, so it's dark, right? It's
It
dark,
is.
it's thick, it's heavy stuff, but I like it's still sweet to me. Like in the back, in the aftertaste, it reminds me of like Dragon's Milk from New Holland.
Yeah.
That's a delicious stout. With
I'll
like
tell you
those
what, man.
oak notes.
New Holland is one of those breweries to keep your eye on because they are coming out with some crazy stuff, and everything they put out. A bunch of the Mad Hatters, the Dragon's Milk, the
Mad Hatters
bourbon
are
barrel aged Dragon's Milk, the
I like the Carhartt
woodcutter.
beer, even though it's kind of
That was the
gimmick.
woodcutter.
I got a 6-pack of that the other day. I
Really?
tried it again. I was like, this is solid.
Dude, it is
in
a
a
solid
bottle, yeah.
beer.
Seems
Solid
like a
beer.
gimmick because the whole Carhartt thing makes sense. With
Right.
the color and
I got
stuff,
nothing against it. They're from the same town.
Oh yeah, that should.
They
I didn't realize that.
not same town, but they're from the same like area or whatever. They're both from
I
up that
hope they're
way.
from at least the same state. For
Yeah.
their sake.
Huh.
No, they are. Cause we talked about that in the when we interviewed them. Michael post a link to that here, or here,
Maybe.
or here, or he'll do whatever he wants to do. I don't know.
Damn right.
But yeah, no, we
As soon as I hire
I'm
out
telling
an
you,
editor,
man.
we'll get that.
New Holland is a hell of a brewery. I don't think they get a lot of recognition, but they should.
They should. That is delicious stuff. This is delicious stuff. Where
So-
do we on like a Untapped kind of thing? We should probably be
So I don't know if
Try to do that too.
if Mike can post this, but there is a QR code
Nobody uses QR codes.
on here
I
about
want to. I've never done it.
the North Coast Brewing
I'm in marketing. There's a
barrel
big joke
aged
about
old
that.
Rasputin. So I'm sure we can get that on there somehow.
We'll put it up somehow.
And you know, you guys can scan that and see what they say about it. I have no idea what they're gonna
We'll just
talk
Google it.
about. Now I will say it's about $20 a bottle, but it's
Prohibitively
also
expensive.
it's also supposed to be, you're supposed to age it. I read some some stuff online that said you're supposed to age it. I don't know if they really think if North Coast says that, or if that was just people saying, hey, you know what, it's really good if you age it for like a year or
I
so,
could see
whatever,
that for sure.
and see what happens. I know it's pretty heavily carbonated initially, but it's not as dense and chewy as I thought it once was.
Yeah, it's not the motor oil that we had from the stout before, which you didn't see. Oh, we just lifted the curtain. Sorry, everybody. That was from a previous episode that got recorded tonight.
If you watch them in order, you'd have seen it.
That's true. Yeah, it's a good point.
But I really think I really enjoy the fact that they do a new version every year.
yeah,
In fact, I bought a couple more bottles, even though it's $20 a bottle, in order to age, cellar one for a year
do it appropriately.
and see what happens. I might do that for a couple years and see how it goes and see if they don't, keep up their luster.
So if I recall, on the original Heavies episode, we rated these pretty high. We rated Old Rasputin a 4.5 or a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you fall still?
I still fall there. I still fall at, God, I really love this beer though. I love the original.
Yeah.
And the barrel aged, bourbon barrel aged is just even better for me. I'm gonna say a 5. Yeah.
Would you concur?
Five
Tripod
is
Vince.
setting the bar pretty high, and I don't.
Do you
blame
know
for
another
that.
bourbon barrel stout that's better?
Not
Can
the
you name one off the top of your
better,
head?
I mean, only a handful come to mind.
So which one do you like the best?
Founders as well. I would need that sitting right next to me to compare to it, but we're about 3 months beyond that. KBS came out. What is that? Black Friday usually it comes out. Is that right?
I don't know. It was warm
KBS,
when we tried it.
Is KBS a bourbon?
Bourbon stout. Yeah.
No, it's Kentucky breakfast.
But we don't have all that stuff here regular. Anyways, if it was here to compare, right?
Common
next to it-
misconception. KBS is not Kentucky bourbon stout. It's Kentucky breakfast stout.
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
Now fuck off. Where do you fall
4.
now? We drill people on here.
I'm about 80%
A
of
4. You're a 4. Okay.
4?
Fair enough.
Because I'm sure it can get better.
I won't sway your opinion. You do what you do.
That's still pretty good. I got
You-
80%.
You
all
do
through
what
school,
you
man.
do, boo boo.
Hey, I was a C student.
C equals degree for you, didn't it?
Doesn't matter. I
This
got
is tasty. Nonetheless, it'll sell.
yeah. I'm calling this a 4.5 for me. I'm not at a 5. I think that there are better. I don't know. I can't name them. I don't know. You want to fight?
Yeah, I don't.
No, I'm just wondering, like,
Big
what do you,
whoop. You want to fight about it?
what
Let's talk
you
about
think
Ivan the
is
Terrible,
better?
Or
I don't
there's
know.
a handful of imperial stouts. We got to have them right here. We'll have an imperial stout episode. What do you say?
No. That's
That
what I
would be
say.
another Heavies
Fuck
episode,
no.
which would be a terrible idea.
I could. I live here, but
Yeah,
you
we-
guys would stay in my house all night.
We'd have to get
Uber.
we'd have to get Uber for
Uber.
everybody. Just get like 10 cars lined up outside.
Uber,
Call it
sponsor
good.
us and we'll do it.
Yeah, I'd be all about that.
Talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, this has been a wonderful episode. I think I've been very happy with this. This is a good episode. We had a weird beer that wasn't great in the beginning, but I think it was important to try.
settled into the Guinness.
Yeah.
which is
Which is a
That
solid
was
sort of
good. That
middle
was
of the
I don't know
if-
not quality, but
no
middle
one
of the
knows
road
if we'll ever see
flavor.
it again.
Yeah.
Also, and
Not-
then a
not
once a
until the next
year.
1759, and then one crazy old Rasputin. Some shit that you should have cellared for another year, but
Don't
we're
worry,
not gonna.
I got two more.
Yeah, we got them. So maybe around this time next year, after a whole nother Great American Beer Fest and probably 2 liver transplants,
We'll be a great.
we will be
American Beer
back
Fest.
and we will try the cellared old
The
Rasputin.
doctor's got me a liver on reserve. I'm fine.
It's gonna be all right.
Some kid in China, they're just holding him in a cellar, feeding him, gluten-free tofu.
Yeah, I think tofu is gluten free. Doctor, is there anything? I know that you're off camera, so be brief. But did you think this was as good, the same as other old Rasputins? Different?
I'm a big fan. I love the old Rasputin, so I'm all about.
You just like it, whatever.
I've enjoyed the ones in the past. I enjoyed this one, so.
Cool.
Just yes, folks.
It's wonderful stuff. Thanks again for watching another Bottles and Cans. Follow us on Twitter at Bottles Cans, no spaces, no nothing, BACreviews.com. Like, follow, recommend us to your friends if you think we've earned it. Thanks again for watching, and
Give
cheers.
them a cheers, folks. Tits.
This time I'll try and remember our actual intro. I forgot it last time. Didn't do it with where we drink beer and tell you what we think.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
a fucking asshole.
Yeah, we'll do it this time.
Okay,
So be ready.
you be ready to do it right.
I'm gonna do it. You have to be ready to say the second part.
I know. I know
right.
my part.
All right.
I came up with that.
Good.
Yes.